Hello, hello, hello. Okay, so today is Friday, the 5th of September, 2025. My name is Sabre Crypto. I'm standing in for Dave Stonksy, Stonksy Dave, whatever he's called. But Dave is not around this week because he's on holiday somewhere in Yorkshire, and hopefully the sun is shining for him. I have had a guest on yesterday on the stream. That was Dean, aka SMFC, which apparently doesn't stand for Stockport Men's Football Club, but he was on yesterday. And today I've got my friend, my excellent friend, the Wizard of Alt. And hello, how are you?
Hello. I'm doing well, thanks. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. Anyway, the most important question of today is: do you own any chippy?
I think I do in a wallet somewhere.
Okay. Just
yeah,
curious.
I'm not sure. Maybe I've got. I think I did have a lot at one point. If it's in a wallet somewhere, I may have to look through. But yeah, I've got. I think I have about 160 Phantom wallets, so I don't particularly fancy trawling through all of those.
Oh my God!
Friday.
How on earth do you manage all that many?
I farmed the edge, some of the air drops a little bit, and I generally just tend to create fresh wallets.
Oh, actually, you can do it all in the same. Like, do you use the extension on Chrome, or do you use like a phone thing?
So I've got some on a browser. I've got some on a couple of phones, and I've got some that are backed up. A lot of them are backed up by a ledger. So I think I've got 3 ledgers that I use for stuff. So yeah, it's all spread across there.
Oh, excellent. Wow. Yeah, it's probably not easy being you, is it?
I just spread money everywhere. It's going to be chaotic, I think, at the end of the cycle when I try and work out what wallet's got what in it.
Yeah, I'm well. Obviously, I'm about 10 times your age, and I'm sort of I'm thinking if I keel over at some point, I'm gonna have to sort of like leave like instructions for my daughters of like how to get hold of my money, and it's going to be so complicated. I've got to let someone in the door. Actually, just hang on a sec. I'll be back in a minute. Sorry.
Who have we got in today then? So we've got SMFC. What does SMFC stand for? I didn't tune in yesterday.
I'm back, by the way.
What did we find out what SMFC stands for?
I think it's something like, it didn't tell me yesterday. It told me like last time he was on. It's something like super mega French cat or something like that. But it isn't Stockport men's
super
football
mega French cat.
Something like that, I think. Oh, there you go. Super mega French cat. Yeah, well, that's obviously whatever. Did I just dox Thingy's location, Dave's location? Yes, somewhere in Yorkshire, So just look for a guy with a bandana somewhere in Yorkshire, and who says superb, and that'll be him. Right. Yeah, Nick, what's going on, Nick? Because like you weren't first here today. SMFC beat you to it, so you're normally first, but anyway, you're very welcome and all that. Oh, SMFC, there you go. Got pissed many years ago at uni, and that was the YouTube account name I came up with, so I stuck with it. All right, yeah. So we've all got them. Yeah, the reason I'm called Save with Crypto is because I bought one of those unstoppable domains, and I could buy a .crypto, and I kind of naively thought that I could build a website, because that's what I was doing at the time. I was building websites and making money online that way, and I thought I'll create a website about crypto, and it'd be called Save with Crypto. So it'd be called like Save with .crypto, and that's the domain I'm bought. But you can't really use them for like normal domains, so I had to buy a normal domain as well, and the .com had gone, so that's why I've got savewithcrypto.org. Anyway, that's why are you called the Wizard of Alt? Is it because you're the Wizard of Alt? That's why, isn't it?
I don't know. I was trying to come up with a name. And one of my friends suggested it, and it just stuck. Yeah, I was surprised it wasn't taken. And there's quite a few crypto wizards. So there's a few different people who are like either wizard of or something wizard related.
Okay. Yeah, I like it though. The only thing is like you're quite big on stocks and commodities, aren't you? Hence the title today.
Yeah, I think it's now morphed away from altcoins and more into alternative assets.
Ah, I like that. Yeah, of course it is. Yeah, so you're more.
Is how I'm playing it.
Yeah, or you could just be like the wizard of alternative everything. Sort of like an alternative to fiat, or an alternative to having a normal job.
Yeah.
Have you still got a normal job?
I won't at the end of the month.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
So that's it. You're out on your own. I have actually noticed that you've been quite prolific with your online presence recently. You've been putting out a lot more videos, a lot more X posts. I've noticed you got stuff on Instagram, I think, as well, haven't you?
Yeah, it's
anywhere else.
I've been trying on there. It's a little bit harder on it. I did quite well on TikTok, and And then I need to double down a little bit more and churn out some stuff. But I've got some. I was chatting to Dave, and I've got some challenges I want to try. And so one of them is I quite like the idea of like trading like stocks of things to buy whatever stock. So I've currently got a little challenge that I did where I said to my partner that I'd long Victoria's Secret stock and take the profits, and obviously if you can spend it on that, and that's up. Yeah, well, it went up 11. It went up 11% yesterday. I'm nearly at full profit on it. I targeted, I think, like a 25% move, and clipped the bottom. So,
wow.
Yeah, I chatted to Dave about Weatherspoons, and that one. I think the ultimate one is probably something like Apple to buy an iPhone. That would be pretty funny.
Yeah, I must admit, I'm stuck on the Victoria's Secret. Really, that's so up my boulevard. I'd love that. It sounds like heaven. Yeah, sod the iPhone. Yeah, but yeah, no, that sounds really good. But what happens when you do things like pigs and cattle?
Oh yeah, pigs. Pigs are pretty fun. Like I think. Like as a chart, it's quite easy to trade. I don't like using the word easy, but I think certainly like if you're wanting to try and practice trading, lean hog futures move really well. They're just range bound.
Yeah, but you don't want to buy a pig, do you?
No, I mean the thing that always seems to go up on my commodities list is cattle. They always go up. So you've always got a bias. And then, lean hog is basically just moving in. I basically drew out 2 grey boxes, and it just moves between them.
Nice. So I just looking at a few comments. RN going, man, no, what are you on about? I don't know what you're talking about there. RN saying, will you long Victoria's Secrets, or you long for? Yeah, well, bit of both, really. Do I wear women's knickers? No, but I'm a fan of lingerie, though. I do like it. Sorry, no, enough about that.
Is it that sort of stream?
Hey, I don't know. It always goes a bit off piste when I'm on for some reason. Today is my last day, by the way. So as of next week, normality returns. In fact, normality returns on Sunday night when Dave will be back, and then I'll just be on again next Wednesday. Talking rubbish like I do every day, like I have been doing every day this week anyway. But anyway, if you do appreciate everything that we do here, please do like the stream and make sure you are subscribed. I've never done it before. I tried StreamYard. I tried actually live streaming to my channel simultaneously just to see if I get any extra people, and there is actually, well, the stats on StreamYard actually say there's 4 people on my channel, 14 on this channel, on the Stonksy indicator channel, and 31 on X. So that's pretty good. So please do give us a like, and if you're just lurking in the background, please come to the chat and say hello, because as much as I love all the regular people we have, it is always the same people. So it's always good. It's always good when you get a new person, especially if they've done something like just bought Stonksy or just subscribe to the channel or something like that. That's really good. Anyway, I'll just have a quick chat about Bitcoin. Actually, I've just got my chart up here. So we've got non-farm payroll today, I think, haven't we?
We do. There is. Let me get Forex Factory up. There's 3 bits of data today. So we've got average hourly earnings, we've got non-farm payrolls, and we have unemployment rate.
Okay. Actually, have you got a screen you want to share? And because everyone's probably fed up with looking at mine.
Yeah, I can share.
If you got anything to talk about. So yeah, the sort of agenda for today, we haven't really got one, but but it's always good fun to talk with Wiz about well, unusual stocks are always good. Usual stocks are always good as well. He's got certain things that he likes. He likes stuff to do with, energy, to do with Bitcoin mining, that sort of thing. And then, just generally niches that people might not automatically think of, there's that kind of stuff. I also wanted to talk, if we get time, about Perplexity, which is a AI thingy that I have started using this week. Now, I've only actually used it to tidy up my YouTube stream, tidy up my emails, which, my God, that's been fantastic. I've actually, because I've looked at it before, and I've been looking at the thousands of emails I've got over the years. I mean, what I do every now and again, I delete about 4 years worth of emails. So I'll just say delete everything from before 2018 or whatever, and that'll be about 8,000 emails or whatever. But I said to Perplexity, I said, can you just find the emails that from people that I never read, and I always just put in the bin, or I just don't look at. Can you find all those and get rid of them? And first of all, it put them into a folder called like not read, and then I had a chance to review it, and I thought, yeah, they are all rubbish, So I said, like, okay, can you just get rid of all those? And then I sort of said, actually, can you unsubscribe from as many as possible, and also can you make rules for the rest of them to just bin them as soon as I get them? And it just went ahead and did it, and it was brilliant. And consequently, I've got like about another 70% space left on my Google account, which is brilliant. And I've just got far less emails than I used to have, so that was brilliant. And then with YouTube, I just said, can you go and create playlists for things that are in the wrong categories, give them descriptions, and it just went off and did it. And then I said, like, okay, can you have a look at my live streams and make timestamps for them? And it did that as well. And it's a stunning piece of kit, I must admit. Yeah,
amazing, isn't it? I've been playing around with it. I quite like one thing. So I've started trying to build a lot more things, like a lot of the applications and stuff. Is you can go. So if you want to create a website, for instance, you can go onto a website and you can ask Comet to basically break down everything in the website, like how it's laid out, how it's coded, and all of those, like what the color schemes, etc. are. And you can take that and you can basically use that to generate a prompt if you want to use something like a Lovable or a Base 44 or a website maker. Right. So I've been making some cool stuff. I've been making what have I been working on? I've been working on on basically a dashboard that looks at football matches, looks at the in-depth statistics, uses it to create odds, compares it with that of the bookmakers, and finds arbitrage in them. So I've been testing that, and that's pretty good so far. I think the return on investment on it is, I think it's about 35% or so.
Yeah.
So I've been trialing that, but that's pretty good. I've been quite enjoying that.
Cool. Yeah, I need to learn a bit more, because I keep thinking, like, there's one task I do every day when I basically receive an email and I need to check somebody's Telegram handle against a list of like exchange UIDs, and then if they're one of my affiliates, then I do something with it, and I don't quite know how to do that. Do I just like build one prompt for that, or do I build something? I don't know.
I'm not sure. You could probably build something. Does it go into Google Sheets?
I haven't got it to do that yet, but it will do. Yeah, that's the idea. It seems to be happy doing that sort of thing. so far.
I'm annoyed. My ETH and Bitcoin bids didn't catch. I've got some. I had some quite highly leveraged positions that didn't clip. But that's a monster on ETH.
Yeah, I set some orders at 111 300, and they didn't fill either. Although we'll see what happens with NFP.
Yeah, because I had some around here. I was aiming for this area here. But that was on like 200x leverage.
Okay. Right. None of this is financial advice, by the way. And obviously, Wizzy's pants are different to other people's.
I've learned to manage risk.
Okay.
Actually,
to be fair, actually, I mean, when you go into a trade with 200x leverage, I assume you've got a reasonable bit of margin there, have you, to begin with? So you're not going to get liquidated on
everything's stopped out, so everything's calculated.
Right. Okay. So,
like this one, for instance, I set this one for silver, and I kind of wish I hadn't, because that's looking pretty dicey.
Okay. So has that come down a lot then? I mean,
this is 5 minutes on silver.
Oh, okay.
I had been looking for a reversal of this wick here.
Right.
I basically just set a load of positions up this morning. That one missed. There's a surprise. This one hit and has just gone straight through to pretty much stop out. And then that one. Oh well. If this survives, it'd be nice.
So is your stop loss a good entry for silver then?
I mean, take it. If people want to come and long it and push me up,
I'm tempted actually. I was always told that. Look at where everyone's got the stop loss and use that as your entry.
Yeah, I was looking at a short on this around here. I don't know whether I'll take it, but I know that's where a few people were looking at. So that might be one I take. Because I would probably be looking like clip up there, and you'd look at a sweeper there.
Oh, nice. Well, that's cool. Yeah. SMFC just said Twitter views are about to go up, and just had a quick look, 511. So, well, I don't think the Twitter ones are actually reported quite right in StreamYard. I think it's just people casually walking past. I think it's I don't think they're actually definitely watching the stream. But anyway, if you are on Twitter, then please say hello. Say something in the chat as well, then I can see what you're saying and I can reply. Sorry, yeah, I completely ignored what you said there, Wiz.
I completely forgot what I said.
That's a good start. It was something to do with you were talking about shorting silver.
Yeah, I'm in that silver trade.
Okay, nice. Okay, so what are the actual times for this NFP? Do we know?
So it is 1:30, so 6 minutes or 5 minutes.
Right. So hold on to your whatevers. I mean, I always think with these news things, I think the only way to play them, in my mind, is to actually try and make sure you're in a trade with, decent profit already, and then work it out from there. I always think, because I don't know, it's just you never know, do you? I don't know. How do you treat them? Do you wait until the chaos has died down, or?
Typically, if I'm in position before, I'm quite a while before and have a margin of safety. I'm not actually in a lot at the minute, and everything I am is quite well managed.
Okay.
So, and there's a few things that look pretty good. This one, I'm going to trim some of this Broadcom. This is a mental one. I remember I was on stream with Dave in April, and I was saying I really liked this, and I was buying some of this around here. and have just been trimming on the way up. Yeah, it's hard to get excited about crypto. I've just been so good on the stocks this year. It's crazy. I had a look at my ISA, and my 1 year return on investment was, I think, 300%.
Jesus Christ.
I will
brilliant.
caveat that a lot of that was down to iron.
Yeah, that's done really well, isn't it?
That was a monster. I know our man SMFC that is just crazy.
Yeah, actually, I must admit, actually, I stuck 20 grand in an ISA in trading 2 on 2 in April, and it's 27 now, so I'm pretty happy with that. So,
yeah, it's a good return.
Yeah, it's down a bit now. I've got some dodgy things that I probably shouldn't have bought, but or shouldn't have bought at the price I bought them at, But I don't worry too much there because they're only spot positions, and then
yeah, and that's another thing that I might start doing more for a series, because I do it anyway, but I trade a lot inside my ISA. So, like, if I see a stock, for instance, I'll trade it the same way that I would do a leveraged crypto position, where I'll set an entry, I'll set a take profit, and I'll set a stop loss.
Yeah.
And I know some people. I've got a friend who basically just trades leveraged ETFs in there.
Yeah.
He just has, like, I think he mainly just trades Tesla and Nvidia, just those two.
Right.
And he just has long 3x and short 3x on both of them, and he'll just flip between them.
Okay. To be honest, that sounds like a pretty damn good strategy, actually, because I mean, certainly, like, Tesla that never follows everything else particularly, does it? Just seems to go where it wants.
Really well on Tesla because it's just ranged.
Yeah.
So you basically just had this massive range. Which is moving up a little bit in a wedge.
Yeah, I did a good one on. I did a good one when Elon and Trump fell out. And I think I remember I just went for a walk in the evening, and I set a buy order at, I think it was 276 or something. I can't remember, 227 something, I think, and it filled, and it was brilliant. It was just like a wick or something. But that was great. I think that was June the 4th. I can't remember when it was, but it was.
Yeah, I remember that because I was in the Isle of Man that day. It was here. It was this, I think, wasn't it?
What date was that? Was that June?
5th of June, Thursday, 5th of June.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, I remember. Anyway, so SMFC saying, I think I owe you a bucket of beers. That sounds like an excellent currency. Crypto Lee's there. Okay, hi guys. Is that Lee as in the Lee I know? Oh yeah, cheers. Yeah, hello mate. You've changed your name slightly, just to fool us.
What else have we got? This was another for the Stonksy Discord users. This is another one that I don't know if anyone got in on, but I think I was posting about this in the Stonksy Discord here around 20, and then it just had that. Yeah, because it was when I was in the Isle of Man, it just had this mega push up to here. Right. This thing is a monster. I think there'll be some money flowing from iron towards this. But a lot of these chip stuff and the AI stuff, CoreWeave's taken a battering.
Yeah.
I won't speak about that one because that's a bit. Are you still in it? Is that a sore one?
Bitcoin's having a bit of a pump.
Is it? Oh, we just had news. Yeah. Oh, that is horrendous.
What?
That is horrendous. We've just had non-farm come in, and it's horrendous.
It's horrendous.
Yeah. So, non-farm employment change. So they were forecasting 75,000 jobs, and it's coming at 22,000. So that is unemployment bad, which is why gold has just put a rocket up its bottom.
Right. So I'm just looking at me trades. Okay. Okay.
That is.
That's a bit of a whipsaw on Bitcoin. That's coming down now. Is that going to fill my order at 111,300? Dear. God, I almost wish I wasn't on stream, but but I'm glad I am anyway.
That is, that is a crazy candle on gold. Look at that. I will actually. I'll go on this chart and remove.
It's pretty mad on Bitcoin. It's done about $1,000 sweep both ways.
Same with ETH. It's just cleared out both sides. And Sol.
Okay. And now it's going back up. Jesus. Right.
That is crazy.
Right. I need to. Sorry, fans. I've got to look at my. I've got to look at one of my screens for a moment. I'm just to check how my trade is. It's not something I want to show on screen on stream. I was trying out a different exchange actually. And they gave me a $500 trading bonus to play with, and done all right so far actually. I'm $70 up overnight, so it's going well. Anyway, I'm just wondering what that move did to my trade. I was prepared for today though, so I was in quite a low leverage trade, and plenty of wiggle room either way. So that's all right. So bad NFP should be bad for crypto, shouldn't it?
No, not necessarily. So essentially, this is now probably near certified rate cuts.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
So this is basically showing that the US isn't producing many jobs.
Yeah.
This is not particularly good.
Okay.
So
there's Lee here saying SWC, me. What do I think of the BTC info I give you in TG every day? Yeah, it's pretty useful. I must admit, I don't ever sort of like. I think with anybody who sort of says, Bitcoin may do this and it may do that sort of thing, I tend to sort of like read it, take it in, and then still come up with my own conclusions, and then just really look at the chart really. But it does help to know someone's opinion on stuff, which is kind of why I watch stuff on YouTube as well. I watch like TMG being bullish every day, and I think that's good. And then but it doesn't always mean the price goes up, so but yeah, I do find it useful. I know other people in the Telegram group find it useful as well, so yeah, thank you for doing that. SMFC is saying my trades are on fire right now. That's good to know, mate. Lee just took some profits. Fantastic. Awesome. Excellent. So what should we be doing at the moment then? Should we be looking at any particular assets of any sort? Anything interest you? Whether it be stocks or commodities or crypto or...
I think an interesting one will be... So what's it? Yeah, everything's just going to soar. That is... Yeah, this is basically rate cuts confirmed.
Right.
So this is multiple cuts this year.
But what will happen if rate cuts don't happen?
In all honesty, I think rate cuts have to happen now.
Okay.
I don't see essentially the Fed has two key jobs. It's to keep inflation down, and it is to keep unemployment low.
Right.
This is basically showing that. Showing that, yeah, like the economy's not doing well.
Yeah. Okay.
So you can see in pre-market on some assets, so like CoreWeave, for instance, has had a big push up. The Mag 7, not so much. I think these are starting to distribute, in all honesty. Microsoft pushing up a little bit, but I think these are really interesting as short opportunities. Not so much Tesla, but certainly. I mean, I drew this out for Apple. That feels like, unless they're able to come and break above here, that's just going to be another lower high and then push down and fill this gap.
What, even with iPhone season coming up and all that?
Depends how good the iPhone sales are.
Yeah, I don't know what they can do next, actually, because like, I mean, I think the bigger leap, I suppose, was about like the iPhone 15, which I think is the one I've got, and it's the first iPhone I bought for like about 15 years, and the reason for that was because it had a USB-C socket on it rather than that bloody Lightning thing, you know. And for me, that was a really major feature for me, and it was like, oh right, thank God for that, you know. It means I don't have to carry like multiple chargers with me when I go traveling or whatever, you know. But at the same time, the camera was a lot better, and it also had that satellite thing. So if you're, you know, in an emergency or whatever, you got no signal, you can actually do a 999 call with satellite. You know, I thought that was a major breakthrough, and like, but no one ever really talked about that very much. And but since then, it's just been like, you know, it's changed shape slightly, or the camera's slightly better. So yeah, there is that point. You know, it's not going to be radically different, I don't think, is it? It's not going to.
No, it's how well they sell, because people are holding on to phones a lot longer now.
Well, that's the other thing, you see. You know, mine's an iPhone 15, so like effectively 2 phones ago, and I mean, to me, it's a brand new phone. You know, it's you know, it's better than any phone I've ever had, and you know, it'll do for a while. You know. So there is that as well. Depends what else they do, though. I mean, they might come out with I don't know. Will they come out with like M5 laptops and stuff? Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, potentially.
But yeah. So are you still in your Nvidia short?
Yeah. Okay. I'm short from 181.
Okay. All right.
I've got some, but it's quite low leverage, so it's one that I was building up around here. So
okay. So what's your point of invalidation with that?
There's not really, because it's exchange traded products rather than a trade.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So essentially, as it goes up, I'll just keep. Every time it goes above sort of this region here, I'll just add to it, because ultimately, I mean, you'd have to be getting up here for it to start getting dicey. Like, yeah, move. You'd have to be looking at like 50% move.
Right.
And in all honesty, to push, you're talking about an extra $1 trillion to move it to there.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
So I just have a look at
that is crazy. That as a chart, that is mental. And as a candle, that is equally mental. I'm just annoyed I wasn't in a position for that.
Was that?
That's gold.
That's gold.
Yeah.
Jesus, I didn't realize it had done that.
Yeah, that's gold.
Wow.
The amount of money needed to create a candle like that is nuts. Like that, to create that sort of candle on gold, I think you're probably talking at least 500-600 billion.
Wow.
You think this whole asset is about 24 trillion dollars?
Is it that big? 24 trillion? Jesus.
Yeah.
And what's crypto about? 3, isn't it?
Ish, yeah, let's look. Total, 3.82.
Yeah.
Gosh, that's brutal rejection, isn't it? Altcoins have held up relatively well, though.
Yeah. So what's a good one? Let's have a look on my list.
What's moving well?
So I keep looking at my stocks again.
Say, bonk. Any low caps? Pump. This thing continues moving upwards.
So what's the deal with Pump? I mean, I know that TMG's been in a long for like ages, and he has no. He's just going to stay in it forever, I think. You know, because it's just sort of going up, isn't it?
I'm annoyed because I had it drawn out literally on this as like the weekly level here, and it just, if I'd have taken it, it coulda, shoulda, woulda, but it's a beautiful move. That thing's actually moved. The rest is just meme coins that are just trading in a range.
Yeah. So what does Pump actually do?
So it's the Pump Fund Launchpad. I think they're doing quite a lot of buybacks.
But if you actually own it, can you do anything with it or not?
No, not particularly.
Right.
It's pure speculation.
Okay.
What's eGold doing? Nothing.
Yeah. I was going to sell mine the other day when it was like 15 point something, and I did a video about it. I got well, not exactly hate, but I got quite a lot of people saying like, "Oh, you're mad," you know, and I actually bottled it. I actually cancelled my order, and then it went down like 10%. And I was thinking, oh, bollocks, you know, I could have sold it. I just bought it back and had like 10% more, you know. And I was thinking, why didn't I do that, you know? And I think I might do that. I might just buy and sell it. I don't know. I don't know what to do. I've never particularly done that thing where, like, you know, when you've been bag holding something and it's gone way down in value, and then you swap it for something else that's massively gone down in value, but you think the other thing might do something, you know. Have you ever done that kind of thing successfully or not? Probably yes, don't you?
I moved some into bio, and bio did quite well.
Well, yeah, it did brilliant. As far as I remember.
Yeah, it went up here. Not necessarily. Yeah, it's a tough one. It's where can you find upside and limit your downside?
Yeah. See, I keep thinking, you know, I've got a reasonable chunk of EGLD, and then I keep thinking about, you know, these exchange tokens that a lot of people are talking about at the moment. You know, things like the Weeks token. I know it's the Gate IO token. I think it's GT. I think it is. That's kind of like come down quite a bit as well. So that's sort of interesting me a bit as well. And
you can see it's had the grab.
Which one's is that? Oh, it's GT.
That's
yeah.
Gate.
Okay. Yeah. You see that's looking sort of interesting to me, but you know, I'm always wary when it's a. Oh, you've been there before. Okay. I'm always wary when it's a token that. Oh, so what's that? That's BGB, isn't it?
That's BGB, yeah.
So
I think that's the one I drew out for one of your subscribers a long time ago.
it might have even been me actually, or probably Mr. Delta actually.
And it's just respected that line, broken through. That's moving up quite nicely.
Yeah.
Same with MX.
Actually, funny enough, Mr. Delta himself, he was asking me the other day because he was very grateful for you drawing your lines on the chart the other day when you were on. I think it was Monday, wasn't it? I think, or Tuesday,
Yeah.
I can't remember. And he was very grateful for you doing that. And but then he sort of said, "But what does it mean?" And I was trying to explain rather badly that those are points of interest where the price will probably go to.
It's reaction points.
Can you explain it any better than that?
Yeah, so essentially I'm looking for reaction points. So say this monthly level is where you've had two monthly candle closes next to each other. So that it's essentially support and resistance, just using the candle closes.
Right.
So as you can see, this one on the monthly, it holds quite well. So you can see here, whilst it's broken through, it's relatively held that range. It's held there. It's held as support there, and then it's broken through as resistance. You can see it's resistance there, and then a lot of price action over here where it's been support and resistance. There tend to be that, and then these boxes are zones of high volume.
Right.
So they tend to be like, we'll do it on a chart that has no drawings on, if I can find one. Pick a ticker. Oh, this one's not. I don't even know what this is. So I might, for instance, go. And then I'd look at this, and you can see this is a really, really high volume area. So you can expect reactions from it. And as you can see, this is a rejection zone.
Mm-hmm.
So from an SR perspective, is you just want to see this get gained. I don't know what this ticker is. Why it's on a watch list.
It's Dashing. That's an old Dyna coin, isn't it? It's like a 2018. So I suppose, like from a psychological point of view, it's not even psychological, is it really? I mean, this kind of thing works because in the past there'd been, or is it because there is a lot of orders set around those levels, or if someone's bought something at one price, then and it went down, they probably want to sell it when it gets to that price again. It's that kind of thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
So
it's psychological levels.
Yeah. So say you've made a mistake and you bought something that's gone down in value, then you want to get your money back. So that's kind of how it works. That's how I understand it anyway. I mean, that makes more sense to me than say like drawing triangles on your chart, which I've never quite understood why anyone would think that would work. But I know it does sometimes. I know like things like falling wedges work, and I suppose even that works in the way that if you've got consistent like lower highs, for example, then you know your assets going down in value. But then all of a sudden, if you see a higher high, you think, okay, well, people were starting to sell at that price, and that's why it came down again. But that price was higher than what they got before, so therefore that it's going up, But when you start drawing triangles and stuff on the chart, and I don't know, it doesn't make a massive amount of sense to me.
No, I'm not really a pattern trader. I know some people love drawing trend lines and things on. I've never really used them in crypto. I find if I'm using trend lines and things, I'd use it when I was trading oil or something like that. But for crypto, I don't tend to draw trend lines on, and people will draw trend lines on and be sort of religious to it. But like, trend lines don't tend to get respected in crypto.
Yeah. I mean, I've seen people drawing trend lines on Google Trends.
Yeah.
And
yeah, I've always been skeptical of it. It feels, I think if you're looking high time frame, yeah, but it's like someone will just put the Bitcoin chart on the. I've seen people just put the Bitcoin chart on like 1 hour and draw a trend line.
Right.
And they'll just be like, Bitcoin's in an uptrend. And they'll just go like that. It's like, not really, is it?
Well, it's going up, but
yeah. But I'd then go, okay.
But I'm just looking at that, and I can see all sorts of things. I can see an upside down head and shoulders, and I can see rising wedges. I can see falling wedges. They're all there. So it's almost like you can just make it. I was saying the other day, it's a bit like when you got a bunch of people staring at clouds. There's someone will see a face, someone will see a bunch of trees, someone will see a little dog playing with a girl or something, and then someone will see, I don't know, whatever. You can just almost see anything you want.
Yeah, it's just like trend line.
Yeah,
you just go over the top of it.
And there you go, and that's and there's I can sort of see there's also an M pattern there, and
yeah.
There are a few things to do. Like I do like a double bottom actually in charts and in real life, but no, I do like a double bottom because I think that means something, because that means the price has come down, and then everyone thinks, oh damn, I missed it again. So when the price comes back down there again, everyone's going to pile in and make the price go back up. So a double bottom will work. Like, especially when the right cheek is higher than the left one, for exactly that reason,
Yeah, exactly.
But it's not. Oh, it's a double bottom and it's got this breakout target. It's literally just that. It's like this is people grabbing the second chance because it came back.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. And there you go. That's today's technical analysis chart pattern.
Right. It's a really nice TA there.
So everyone chucking their I do like them posters actually. I wanted one of those one of them posters with all the candle patterns and stuff. I know that they had one in Crypto Saving Expert, and when I was doing the more full-time stuff for this channel, Dave said, "Oh, do you want some swag? Have a look at what's available." And I saw the chart with the candlestick thing, and I thought I quite fancy that. And I don't think they had any. There's none left, I don't think, so I didn't get one.
Of course, Dave's trying to get you to buy some of the swag. It's he's been trying to get it out of his garage.
I actually wasn't buying it. I was getting it for free, but like it's literally like I've got a garage full of shit. Just
Dave's garage is like CSE warehouse.
Have you been there?
No, but I know you want to. I know he's got quite a lot of stuff in there that they've been trying to get rid of.
Right, Bitcoin's having a pump again.
Ooh.
At least it is. Looks more pumpy on my chart. What? Oh, you're on the daily time frame. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, on the 1 hour it's pumpy.
Oh, that's quite good. Nice.
He's got 1,000 pillows in there.
He didn't send me any pillows actually. Actually, let's have a look at some
t-shirt printing machine, I think, as well.
All right. Okay. Anyway. Right, Thor 2 up. Hello, I've not seen you before, so that's brilliant. Welcome here, and bullish. I'm pretty bullish overall. I think. Are you generally bullish, Wiz?
I am.
There you go. He says with
Over which
absolute.
time frame?
Oh right, I was going to say there. He says with absolute conviction. Yeah, I am. Over what time frame? End of the year.
I think we definitely have a nice pump.
Right.
I think we are also due quite a savage retracement.
What, to like 50k or something?
I think, I don't know. The thing is none of this. The market's taking this economic news as good news, but the thing is, it's not particularly good news because you've essentially got a period. You've essentially got the economy is absolutely shot,
right?
And whilst I don't actually think that I don't think rate cuts are a particularly good answer, because you're just going to end up with the reason why rates went up in the first place is that you just get massive amounts of inflation.
Right. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. So I've got distracted slightly by my trades. should try and not do this at the same time as doing a live stream, should I? But anyway, right, okay. Anyway, let's have a look. Kinky Wizard talking about Victoria's Secret. Yeah, I know. I love talking about it. James saying, I just looked at my Firefox tab and BT's. Oh, that was a while ago. Yeah, that was the NFP, wasn't it? Lee saying 50% cut in SCP, I reckon. Okay. 50 cut, not 25. Hey Dave, what's up, guy? I'm not Dave, and neither is Wiz. Dave will be back on Sunday night, and next week I'm just filling in for him while he's on holiday. My name is Save with Crypto from the YouTube channel Save with Crypto. SMFC, I miss the old days of mobiles when we had N-Gage and Walkman phones. They're so boring nowadays. I think it's funny when if you like watch a review of a phone, the one thing they don't talk about is the actual quality of the call, because I don't think anyone makes phone calls anymore, do they? You know,
no, I mean, it's all done over internet now as well. It's moving away from that cellular.
That's true, actually. Yeah. And I'm thinking about it. There's a mate of mine who I discuss with quite a lot, and he lives about 100 miles away, and we've probably like discuss stuff all day long, but it's all done with voice notes, so I keep thinking, well, at some point we're actually going to pick up the phone and actually have a conversation, but until then it'll just be like, I'll listen to your voice note, then I'll send another one back, and it's kind of weird. It's almost gone backwards for the phone was invented, and then all of a sudden they've gone back to like walkie-talkies almost. It was sort of like, it's almost a sort of like, I'll be there at 5 o'clock, over. Then you push the thing to talk. It's kind of, I don't know.
I do quite like voice notes. I use them quite a lot.
I do as well, actually. Yeah. Okay. Well, I will find out about that, Jim, but I will talk about that on my stream. Someone should clip that double bottom comment. Okay. Well, you can clip what you like. He's got 1,000 pillows. I know. Asking me would probably give you 1,000 if you wanted. I'm not really a soft furnishings guy, but I suppose I suppose a couple of pillows would be nice. Right, James saying, Wiz, what are your thoughts on TMG's thoughts that BTC will pump mega hard due to hype because of MicroStrategy being listed on the S&P? Oh, that's a good point, actually. Yeah. Did you know about that?
Yeah, I had the chart up a minute ago. I don't really pay too much attention to MSTR, but yeah, it's up 3%.
Okay. So do you think that will affect Bitcoin at all?
Not necessarily. I think MSTR is losing. I don't see what the point of MSTR is anymore. Because it used to be, essentially, it got to where it was because there were institutions who couldn't buy Bitcoin and so had to buy some form of proxy, which is these treasury companies.
Right.
The thing we've got now is that these institutions can buy Bitcoin, but they can also just buy BlackRock's ETF, and BlackRock's ETF doesn't trade at the premium that MSTR does. You're paying, I don't know what the net asset value of MSTR is at the moment, but it's more valuable than the Bitcoin it holds, and
Right.
you've got the debt.
Right. So I don't know. Is it gonna work in the way that if MicroStrategy gets listed there, then people who just are not interested or or don't really know about crypto are going to say, well, okay, what's MicroStrategy all about? And then they think, oh,
I mean, the thing you've got, and it'll get a natural move up anyway, because all of the people who have bought the S&P 500 index will now own this when it gets rebalanced.
right.
So you've got S&P exposure.
Right. Okay.
So naturally now, millions and millions of retail investors will indirectly hold Bitcoin now because they hold MSTR in their S&P 500. I don't think it'll pump mega hard per se, but I think you'll start to see more of a controlled move up and then an explosive one. I don't think this is the send it for Bitcoin yet.
Okay. Okay, good. Mr. Delta, hello, mate. Nvidia is going up again. Don't say that. Wiz is here and he's short.
It's down pre-market.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
by the way, Mr. Delta, I don't know if you were here about 15 minutes ago, but I got Wiz to explain that thing you were talking about the levels that I was trying to explain badly yesterday. But if you don't do it now, but if you wind back the stream at some point, you'll see Wiz explaining his thoughts on that, which you might find helpful. So he's saying, Wiz, so what is on the WizDAR? Anything good? We've kind of been through a few things.
Yeah, what's been catching my eye? Nothing's really caught my eye too much. However, I'm starting to. I quite like some Chinese stuff. So there's a few Chinese companies that I've been buying up.
Okay.
So what we've got, so JD.com, I've been buying a little bit of this.
What do they do?
They're basically just a big wholesaler.
Okay.
In China. This one's a very interesting one. I bought some on the dip, like here. I kind of wish I'd sold a bit more here, but this one I might jump in a little bit more here. But this one was moving up. They had quite good earnings.
Cambricon doesn't sound very Chinese, does it? It sounds more Welsh.
Yeah, what's they actually do? It's
Cambricon Technologies from Aberystwyth.
They do semiconductors. So essentially it's so they build processing chips. Essentially, I'm betting that Chinese companies will begin to will begin to sort of level the playing field that Western chips have had. Because this is the one thing that China's not managed to do. However, they're starting to move forwards now, and I think with the Trump move against NVIDIA and the semiconductor companies is that China is now in a point where they're just going to create their own. They don't want to be exposed to the US like that.
Yeah.
So this is an interesting one. I don't really look too much at the technicals, but I quite liked it.
Okay.
And the analysts seem to quite like it as well because it's a strong buy.
Okay. How do you generally come across these? You just don't know.
I scan a lot of exchanges, and I tend to put things on a watch list, and I'll keep an eye on them and see how they move. And a lot of it is just research and screening. So I'll have like an AI to screen stuff, and I'll do research due diligence. I'll have a look at the chart. I'll look at the outlook. I'll look at who they're competing against and how that lines up. You can do quite a lot of due diligence inside TradingView itself. I think this is a tool that's very underused because you do have quite a lot, and I don't know if there's nothing on here, but you can. There's a lot of people who will do like mines and stuff.
Yeah. Which level of TradingView have you got?
Good question.
Have you got the one with watch list alerts?
I assume so.
You got premium, yeah.
I think so. I don't really want to get my billing information.
No,
it says there actually, doesn't it? Premium.
Yeah, you got premium, yeah. Because I got that last week because there was that offer going on, which is still on for another 2 days, I think.
Yeah.
So if you buy the annual, I think you get 70% off. So it's, I think for us in the UK, it's like 265 quid, I think, for the year, which is a bargain. That's like 70% off. What I didn't realize you could do is when you set alerts on premium, you can set an alert, not just for
a watch list.
Yeah, for an entire watch list. So you can create a watch list. And what I've been doing, I've been going to the screener on TradingView and looking at certain kinds of assets. And it can be things like you can just look at like exchange tokens on the screener. And then you can the thing you were at there. Yeah. So you can go there and then just look for hang on. Yeah, so if you click the screeners thing, then just look for whatever. And then you can highlight them all if you want, and just do a right click and then add to watch list to create a new watch list. And then so I can hear a lot of clicking. I just wonder what you're doing.
I'm just I'm clicking around on things.
Okay, but basically, if you wanted to, if you want to filter them or sort them or whatever, you can just highlight a bunch of them or all of them, and then you do a right click, and then you can do like add to watch list. And you can create a new watch list, and then when you go to do an alert, say there might be a certain thing you're looking for in an alert, you could do it with Stonksy. You could do it with like Stonksy on the 1 hour, looking for the oscillator moving off the bottom, going from red to light red. You could do that kind of thing and do that for the entire watch list. Now, obviously, if you do that, you're going to get 1 billion alerts. If you've got a fairly slow time frame, or if you've got a high time frame. But if you do that on say like the 4 hour time frame, then you'll get alerts. Oh, hang on.
Give me a second. It's I've switched tabs, so
okay.
Go back on now. It's
okay. Okay. But yeah, I mean, what we're saying was, you okay though? Or do you want me to do something?
Yeah, if you can put bind back on. Basically, I've just switched it to the browser version inside Comet.
Oh, okay. So
See, I've not actually used this on the screener, so I'm tempted to see like.
oh, so you're actually in Comet now, eh?
Yeah.
Nice. Oh, this is good. You're going to like this, fans. Make sure you give the stream a big like, because this is
I've
going to
not
be good.
used this this on here, so see if it works. So.
I'll tell you one thing I would like with this Comet, Perplexity Comet, is if you could, if it had a voice input, you know, if you could talk to it. I think that'd be nice.
You can.
Oh, you can?
There, dictation.
Where?
I'm blocking it, I think, on the screen, but you know where you've got the blue thing, and you've got the mic.
Oh, okay.
You also have a screenshot button, so you can essentially take a screenshot of the page you're on.
Right. Oh, so you know which, so you can say, I'm looking at this bit and do this and do that. Wicked. Oh man. Right. I've got to.
I don't know how intelligent this is. It always feels quite cool when the screen goes that glowing blue.
Yeah. 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 If you haven't got Perplexity Comet, by the way, there is a kind of waiting list for it. Unless you know anyone who has an invite code, I managed to get one off a very kind person that allowed me to jump the queue quite a lot, and very grateful for it. I am.
It's pretty cool. I'm still learning how to use it and what it can do, but you can use it for indicators. So you can ask it if there's any indicators that are a certain condition in a watch list.
Right.
So you could, in theory, say, scan this watch list and see if anything is green on the Stonksy 4-hour, and it'll scan your watch list.
Well, I tell you one thing I was thinking about this morning. I was thinking, you know, I really want to just, you know, test out some strategies, you know, to do with various indicators, and just, you know, say if this goes green and that goes, you know, if you went long, you know, let's say it better. So, you know, if you bought when this happened and sold when this happened with this pair over the last 14 years, you know, how much would I have made, you know? So to do that kind of like the back testing thing, but
yeah,
but I don't really know how to sort of create a strategy and all that sort of stuff that you have to do in TradingView. So I was going to sort of bypass me learning that and just ask it to do it for me. I don't know if you can do that sort of thing. Do you reckon you can do that?
Yeah, and you can get stuff exported as a Pine script.
You can do what?
You can get stuff exported as a Pine script as well.
Okay.
Yeah, you can see. So you've got all the technology companies here that have a PE.
Okay. So James is saying, can it only see what's on the screen, or can it see the whole web page you're looking at?
It can see every tab you've got, so you can ask it to summarize all of the tabs you have.
Oh, right.
Which is a bit crazy.
That could be embarrassing.
It depends what you have open.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool. I've been enjoying it. So yeah, you could, for instance, just like say dividend yield. I want stuff that's 10%. gives you it all here.
Nice.
Yeah. I've not used it for crypto.
Bobby is late. Yeah, well, sit at the back of the class.
Official World Liberty. Yeah, did you see the World Liberty stuff?
Not
they
in what way?
They froze Justin Sun's tokens. That was one of the reasons why on it is they accused him of helping to dump it, and so he was the team have like taken his tokens off him that were locked.
Oh, right.
And so he's put out a statement, sort of just saying like, this isn't how we do things around here.
Well, that's correct. I mean,
yeah,
that isn't how you do things. I mean,
no.
How the hell can they do that?
Yeah, my tokens were unreasonably frozen.
Right. Jesus.
Yeah, that was.
So that was all yesterday, was it? I mean, like, so it dumped rapidly.
Yeah.
Yesterday morning, wasn't it?
Yeah, so Justin's son was accused of dumping some, and so they took his tokens off him.
Wow.
Do you ever use the news thing in TradingView?
I've literally only started using it since well, two things really. One is when I started using the actual TradingView app that apparently you've been using for years.
Yeah.
And I didn't even know existed. Yeah, I kind of made a video about it, thinking it was a brand new thing, and apparently it's been there forever. But I really like it now. I tell you what I like about it is if you've tried to use TradingView on two computers at the same time, you get that thing where it says someone else logged in from a different IP, from the same, well, from a different IP. You can't do that. You get that message popping up, and if you have it on the app on one and then a browser on the other, it doesn't do that. So that's really cool. So at the moment, for example, I've got the streaming software on my laptop in front of me, and I've got TradingView open in the browser, and then on my other laptop, which is connected to a bigger screen, I've actually got TradingView the app with my personal kind of like stuff I'm looking at now because I'm interested, and yeah, I'm doing two things at once. But I've got that there, and that's not interfering with the one here, so there's that advantage there. But yeah, so using the app, I noticed it then, and I thought, oh, I've never looked at the news stuff before, and that's when I noticed the screener thing as well. So that was that, and also when I got the premium account, I thought there's actually quite a lot of stuff in TradingView that I've never even explored. It's actually an awesome service, actually, isn't it?
Yeah, there's some cool stuff on here. Like I go back to home. What do we have? What we're on? Yeah, so you got the screeners. I quite like the heat maps. I don't know what Pine is. What's this? Oh, okay. So you can put an indicator on. What does this actually do?
I've not seen that.
Okay.
Right. So what's going on there?
I know what this is. So this is essentially, and this is probably, so this is probably one for the Stonksy users, is I think this may allow you to basically scan everything that you have in a watch list to see whether a condition is met.
Wow.
So if you were to say like, if you were to say something crosses something, it will scan your watch list.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. I like the options thing. Because I like to trade options.
Okay.
This is pretty good. So you'll say like, if I want a long call on, I don't know, like MSTR. Did walk Dave through this, but I don't think that landed. But yeah, this one you can basically map out your position. So if you were to say MSTR, I want a 340 call for next week, you can see how much so it would cost you $1,400 for the contract, and your break even is 354, and so you can map like what your P&L is. And like what your losses are. So I use this when trading options. I find this really helpful.
Cool. That is slightly over my head at the moment, I must admit.
So you can see.
I don't quite understand options and stuff at the moment.
Yeah. So you've got these. Yeah. Yeah, so this is quite powerful. There's quite a lot in TradingView. So yeah, you've got all these different ones, like a long straddle and a short straddle. But that's a thing for another video, because straddles are quite complicated.
Yeah.
Nice. And you can have a look at the various different options and the implied volatility. Yeah, so what's happening? We need to get off options and onto super charts.
Yeah.
So anyway, that was a long divulgence from what I was saying to Mr. Delta. But yeah, I like Chinese stocks. So there's some that I have my eye on. BYD, I quite like.
Okay.
I need to put stuff on the daily to actually give. As you can see, there's not a huge amount of volume here because this is an OTC one. We'll pull that out a little bit so I can actually see what you've got. I also actually I have. And I don't want people to front run me on these, but I've been buying some of these every day. So I've got what I call Project Rebuild.
Okay.
So this is what I've been accumulating. Is it cement companies?
Right.
Ready for any prospective peace deal. These are the largest listed cement companies who will get, who may or may not get given contracts to help rebuild Ukraine.
Wow.
You can see they started to run up, I think, as we've moved towards peace, but still, these things should go quite well once any agreement is reached. So you'll want to be in place before an agreement is reached.
That's very clever.
And then glass as well, companies. And then mining and materials.
Wow.
Yes.
Did you ever watch Silicon Valley, the TV series?
I did not.
Okay. That was it was quite funny and quite good, but there was a bit in that where there was this billionaire guy talking. Basically, this startup was trying to get some money, sort of thing, and then this billionaire guy was talking about how he was going to raise the money, sort of thing, and it was all to do with looking at. Well, he started looking at McDonald's food and looking at all the sesame seeds on the buns, and said like, he was kind of like, he didn't have a clue about McDonald's, and he said like, do people actually eat this stuff? Is it popular? And it's like, well, yeah, kind of, and like he said, these sesame seeds, where do they come from? Anyway, so he basically like he got it down to like there'd been like a plague of I don't know, sort of some sort of insect that in Myanmar or something like that. So that had basically like destroyed all these sesame seed crops. So all the sesame seeds were going to come from somewhere else. So he basically bought a load of shares in a sort of like sesame seed company in some like weird country or something, you know. I mean, it was a comedy, you know, but and then like instantly raised like sort of like, you know, $60 million. And but you're almost like that, aren't you? You know, but yeah, just thinking outside the box really, and just
well, that's the thing. If you look at what the supply chain is, you can then work your way down as to where the value is. Because on the whole, you'll tend to have like some companies in the background that no one's heard of that make a lot of money. There is one actually I read in a book. It's quite interesting. Is there's a mine somewhere in the US that is one of, I think it's like the only one or one of two that's able to produce the quality of sand needed for silicon chips.
Oh wow!
And so it's like one of the most defended places. It's in the middle of nowhere, but it's got like no fly zones and everything around it. Yeah, and I think the other one's in Scotland somewhere.
Okay, cool. Right, I've just put a little thing in the in the thingy saying, please spam up or down for what you think for New York Open. I can't do a poll today because I haven't got access to the YouTube studio. So yeah, sand. Yeah. I mean, I don't really know much about where silicon comes from and all that.
What, as in the chips or the actual
silicon itself?
It's just a really, really, really fine sand.
Okay. So, right. So the sand has to come from somewhere that's not contaminated or something, or.
Let me have a look. Yeah, it's. Yeah, it has to be like a really fine sand.
Right. Where were you saying? Scotland?
I think there's one in Scotland. No, it's France. There's one in France.
Okay. Any idea whereabouts?
I'm gonna have to Google. I'll Google it. It was in a book I read. It's
Anyway, so far votes for up and down is just 1 up, 1 down. Oh, 1 up. Okay, 2 up, 1 down. Nick's thinking down. It's actually gone up quite a lot today, hasn't it? The price of Bitcoin. So maybe it will go down. I still want it to come down to fill my orders at 111,300 ish. But we'll see what happens. Mr. Delta thinks up. Mr. Delta said Brienne song. I don't think that's where the sand is.
It comes from around so I'm in a little Google. Most of the silicon processing is done around Grenoble, so in the Isère region.
In which case, Mr. Delta wasn't far off actually, because Briançon is not that far.
Out of the mountains.
Yeah. Oh wow. Okay. Actually, Mr. Delta, did you know that Wiz knows Chevalier, as do we? So yeah, bit of trivia for you. He's been skiing there. That is right, isn't it?
Yeah. So here it is. So this is the name of it. So it's called the Spruce Pine Mining District in North Carolina.
I was going to say it didn't sound very French to me. Okay. Right. Brilliant.
Produces the world's purest quartz sand.
Oh, hang on. Right. That almost sounded like a bell, didn't it? That was a pen in a pint glass. So the market is open. What's Bitcoin doing? Bitcoin's doing nothing. Absolutely nothing. Okay. I think it will go up though. Oh no, I'm looking at a few other things, and I don't know. I kind of forget that we've been up at 125 or so recently, you know, and we're actually down about 10 grand from there, aren't we? And more. So probably are due to go up and do a double top and then crash down to 50.
Oh, here we are, pumping. What is gold doing? Gold is cooling off a little bit. That'll be quite a nice short down. Yeah, so 70 to 90% of the world's high purity quartz used to make microchips comes from the Spruce Pine mining district in North Carolina.
Wow. Okay. So do the Chinese have to buy that then? I mean, the Chinese must have. They must have some. They must have some sand somewhere, surely. See, that clicking sound is like.
I've lost sound. Give me a moment.
Have you? Okay. I suppose I better say something then. All right. So yeah, just looking at Bitcoin. So far, I think your sound was all right. It's just
yeah, it was. So I've run into a little bit of an issue in the fact that I think because I utilize every single USB port on my PC,
right.
The power isn't adequate to supply all 8 USB imports.
Okay.
And so periodically one shuts off. So it's either the Wi-Fi adapter, the microphone, the headphones, my light. No, the light, my webcam, and I've got a couple of other things.
Okay. Yeah, Bitcoin is going up nicely. Lovely. What else is going up? Oh, so Solana's having it. Yeah. Do you want to have a little look at Solana and tell me what you think it might do? Because I've been slightly underwater in a trade for a while, and I don't want to be.
I like it. It's moving up. I think that's your key pivot point. That sort of 215. If you can flip that there, I mean, I've got this labeled as a sell zone, so I think ignore some of my charts. Okay. But yeah, I bought there and planning to sell there. I mean, it's moving nicely. If we went to our friend the trend line, you could go. That's in an uptrend.
Well, you could do, but you could also say it's in a
rising wedge.
Rising wedge, yeah, which is bearish, isn't it?
Yeah.
But there again, it's sort of in a, you can just say anything,
Yeah.
It's in a parallel channel going up or something like that, or it's like how is that different to a wedge? I don't know, but you know what I'm saying.
Exactly.
And I always think the Elliott wave people are funny as well, because they always talk about it. All just sounds incredibly complicated. We've got a 5, 6, 7 wave, and it does that. Then all of a sudden, it doesn't do it, and they say, okay, well that didn't play out, so that's not relevant now. So
yeah, it's never been.
Never
been one for me.
But it's like you learn all this stuff, and it's kind of like, right, it does that, but if it doesn't work out, it's invalid, and we do this instead. Well, that's no use, is it? I'm looking for a crystal ball here with 100% accuracy. Okay, well, that's got above the high that it did with the NFP news. So that's good. Sorry, I'm looking at Solana now. Let me go and check on my Solana trade. Yeah, I'm actually looking forward. As much as I like doing these live streams, I do like to be, kind of focused on a computer around the New York Open. By this kind of time, really, the 2:30 to 3. I think that's a period of time, and I like to be sort of like fully locked into me screen rather than sort of live streaming. I think it's quite hard to do two things at once. I know Dave's tried doing trading and streaming at the same time. It's not gone particularly well, has it? And I think it's just hard to concentrate, really. You still there, Wiz? Is he gone? Oh, he's muted himself for some reason. Okay. So it looks like you've got me for the moment. Maybe I'll put my chart on. He's obviously fiddling with his USB sockets, isn't he? Yeah, let me just get a chart worth looking at. So at the moment, I'm still on the WLFI. And there you go. That's a good one to look at. And let me just, if you can hear me, Wiz, that you've.
There you are. I have to drop now. But thank you for having me on.
No, it's always a pleasure, mate. It's always really good. So, for anyone watching, this was the Wizard of Alt. He is amazing, and go and check out his YouTube channel and all his socials and all that kind of stuff. You'll find it all linked on your YouTube channel. I think you've got everything linked nicely there, haven't you?
Yeah. I've got some stuff, and I've got some stuff that I've got planned, and some of the challenges we mentioned earlier. So,
okay.
Yeah, I'm going to see if I can run. I think one challenge I've got is I'm going to put a small amount into a fresh trading 212 account, and I'm going to try and do a challenge where I might put like £100 a month in and see how I can run that up to just trading stocks and leveraged ETFs.
Okay.
So that
can you have multiple trading 212 accounts in the same name? Or not?
I just use an invest one. You can have multiple ISAs. You can have multiple. You could, in theory, just create a second 212 account and use the ISA in there as long as you don't exceed the 20k, or just use the invest functions. I exceed the 20k, so it's probably not worthwhile doing that. But so I'll probably do that and run the invest up and see where you go with that, because you can get the 212 card as well and spend from that invest account.
Yeah, I have one actually. Yeah, and it works fine. You even get a little bit of cash back actually on it as well, and you can choose to put the cash into a pie or whatever they call it. But anyway, Wiz, that's been brilliant as ever. Hopefully I'll see you soon, and have a great weekend, and thanks so much for coming along and showing us all the stuff that you do show us. Brilliant.
Thank you very much. Thanks for having me.
All right, take care now. Bye.
Take care. Bye.
Right, that was the Wizard of Alt, top man, as Mr. Delta says. There you go. There he is saying top man. James says cheers as well. Yeah, he's great. He's a very knowledgeable young man. He's absolute joy to listen to. I find him a lot of fun, and certainly knows what he's talking about. And I do love the way he thinks about things. Like the thing about sand and cement. It's like genius. It's great. I don't know. I just couldn't come up with them sort of things. I suppose. I don't know. Could you use something? I suppose you could use some sort of AI type thing, and you could say, like, in the event of like peace treaties being drawn, you know, what commodities might become interesting as investments. I suppose you could do that sort of thing, but then you've got to think of that in the first place, haven't you? So that's pretty amazing. Anyway, looking at Bitcoin here, this is the 1 hour chart. Just looking at this on the Stonksy oscillator down here. So I've been saying for a while, the thing to do here is to look for it when it's stuck down the bottom on -1, and then it goes pink. And you can see here that would have given you an entry there at about 108, which would have been fantastic. You would have dipped down a little bit, but not much. Or you could have just gone to here and said, okay, well, that's on pretty much -1, went pink there. It would have gone down for a little bit, and then it would have gone up, which is brilliant. The other technique I like to look at is the 6-minute one. So the 6-minute one here. So this is great. What we're looking for here is basically when the background goes green, and even better when you get the confirmation triangle there, like you did there. So that would have given you an entry at about 110,729, which is great. And from there, you know, we are currently up 2%. So if, for example, you'd done that on 10x leverage, you'd be up 20%. So that's really cool. Very awesome indeed. What else? So that's Bitcoin. Let's have a quick look at some other things, such as I've got a CRO trade on actually as well. I think, oh, brilliant. Okay, this is great. Right, so I've been trading this. Now, one of the techniques I was looking at yesterday with SMFC was the 6-minute thing, but then we started to say, well, you know, it doesn't always matter if the background isn't green. And that would have been an amazing situation here, because what we were looking for was a price breaking the lower boundary of that inner channel, which that would have done at 26.2 cents, and we're now at 27.4. So, you know, that is since 5 o'clock this morning. So if you'd have entered there, you would currently be like 4% up. I wouldn't necessarily trade that on 10x leverage, although I think I am at the moment, and that would have given a 40% increase. So that's pretty something. That shows you how you can use Stonksy to get like amazing entries for like long positions. What else can we look at? If anyone's got any tickers they want me to look at, please do say so. Let me just go through the what do you call them? The Mr. Delta, my posts have been deleted again. Okay, well, I'm not deleting anything myself. I don't have access to do such things. So you're obviously using words that shouldn't be used, maybe, or ones that are in the banned list. I might be able to have a look. No, I can't see. Also, if you try and put like a link in or something like that, then it will get deleted. Right. SMFC, can I have a look at Bake? Yeah, of course I can. So Bake, I forgot what Bake is actually. It's not that, is it? Oh, yes, it is actually. That'll do. Is that the one? Bakery token. Okay, so this one, let's have a look on the 1 hour. Right, so this is a good one. Right, this here is well stuck on the -1 here. So what I would do in this situation here is I'd set an alert. So you can do that here. So you could say bake, and then you want the Stonksy oscillator, and you want to see the oscillator go to pink, which is known as light red. So that's light red there. And interval is same as the chart, which is 1 hour. That's fine. And well, you want to catch the moment that it happens. So probably, let's say once per bar, okay, and then you can make sure you've got. Let's say here. Let's say long bake. Make it big letters. Because SMFC said so. Okay, right. So you can give it a message like that. Notifications, you can, notify in the app, show the toast notification, whatever, and play a sound, whatever you fancy. I always think the actual sounds are quite horrible in TradingView. That's why I like the voices. Actually, I like the sexy girls. I'll play it. I like that one. That's the one Dave likes me using. So you can do that, and then you've got an alert set, which will go off when that goes pink or light red, as it's called. Now, if I zoom out a lot with that, my only worry is the fact that it might be dead. If so, yeah, it doesn't look well, does it? That's for sure. I don't know what's gone on there. There's obviously some sort of fundamental problem with that. I would say it doesn't look very good at all, though. What do we know about Bake? Let me just look at the. It's what you do to a cake, mate. Okay. I maybe would long that one, mate. Then drop off as savage. Yeah, I mean the only thing is with things like that is is it dead? Bake, wasn't it to do with it's to do with a DeFi thing, isn't it? Like a DEX or something, isn't it? I'm sure it was. It was or am I thinking of Cake? Cake was to do with pancake swap, wasn't it? Bake, I can't remember. Wouldn't. Oh, sorry. Yeah, maybe wouldn't long that one, mate. Yeah, no, I think it's dead. But nevertheless, it would be good to see the alert appear at some point. Hold fire. I said don't. Yeah, no, I wasn't going to. It looks very poorly to me. Yes, it looks completely dead. Well, wouldn't long it. It was a typo. Okay. None of this is financial advice, by the way. Cake is a token for pancake swap. I think this is vaguely linked up. Yeah, I've got a feeling it's something to do with it. Yeah, I can't remember that, but that's an old token, isn't it? So yeah, that looks yeah, it looks completely shagged to me, to be honest. Yeah, not a good one. So what's doing well here? I've got to do something with this e-gold. It's just driving me mad how little it does. So I'm looking at the daily time frame there. So I'm looking at the 1 hour. Now Chippy is actually down a bit today, and that is interesting because it is actually Free Chippy Friday. So if you want to do the Chippy thing, I will show you what you need to do. Is you need to go and get some Chippy. Let me just find it. I'll show you. Okay, so today is Friday, and that is Free Chippy Friday day. So what you need to do is get some Chippy. This stuff here, you need 250,000 Chippy, right? That will cost you about $500, I think. It's 0.002077. So I think that's just slightly above $500. And you can just do that in like Jupiter, or you can do it actually in the Phantom wallet. Just swap some Solana for Chippy. And then once you've done that, what you can do is what I did, not last week, unfortunately, it was 2 weeks ago. I'll just find it, and I'll show you. Where's it gone? So I'm just having a little scroll, and then I'll show you. Actually, what I'm looking at here is a video I made about it. Just trying to find. Look, I'll go and have a look. So I'll be with you in a second. Hang on, let me just find it. So free Chippy Friday. Excellent. Right, let me show you. Right, so what the plan is, right, you get 250,000 Chippy, which will cost you about $500. Then every Friday, you can go and buy fish and chips, and which is obviously a very British thing. If you're somewhere else in the world, doesn't really matter what you get as long as it involves a fish. It can be a restaurant, a pub, or like a chip shop in the UK. Not homemade food. And what you need to do is to take a photo of your fish and chips, have some sort of timestamp. So this one here, for example, a Crypto King A, or whatever he's called, he's got an actual picture of the deck screener on his phone there. I think it is anyway. Yeah. Okay. So that's actually showing the time and date as well, which was in his case the 5th of September, which is today, isn't it? And he's saying free Chippy Friday. And if you do that on X, then if it's the first time, one of the team will reach out to you and get your Solana address from you. And then what will happen is the following, it's usually like Tuesday or Wednesday next week, you will be rewarded with about that amount worth of Chippy. For me, the other week, it was actually 6,000 Chippy, which came to about $13 worth, which was about £10, which was about what my fish and chips cost. So I think that's what I'm having for dinner today. That's what I'm having. I'll probably have something, and my daughter will probably have something as well. So it probably come to about £15, but the majority of it gets refunded. So that's what you can do today if you want to buy something. The price of Chippy, I do think, is probably going to go up massively very soon. There's lots of things planned, including a new website, new tokenomics, and what else? And an NFT launch as well. There's going to be different NFTs you can get, all to do with that. So that's going to be pretty amazing as well. So go and get some Chippy. I think it's good. I've got about 2 million myself. So yeah, I'm quite a Chippy fan. So that's good. And the free Chippy Friday was paused actually from like January until like a couple of weeks ago. But up until then, from October last year, and then for the last few weeks, apart from last week, I have been claiming my free fish and chips, which has been brilliant. So that's been cool. Just going to look back at Solana actually, because I think Solana's doing all right now, which I'm interested in because I've got a trade going on, and I think it's pretty much at my entry price now. I did kind of take my eye off the ball, and it went underwater quite a bit for the last couple of days, so I'm looking to kind of get out. And a bit like what Wiz was saying, if we get over that like 215 kind of mark, yeah, this sort of level here, you can see that on the monthly time frame, I think. There you go. So yeah, the kind of level we're looking at, it's probably there, which we've been at already actually. So yeah, so I think if we can just go up a little bit further with Solana, I think it should break out and go up a lot. So that'll be something to look forward to. I don't know what to do with my trade. I don't know whether to just close it when I'm back in profit, or and then look for a better entry, or just cross my fingers and hope for the best. It's not a high leverage trade, so it doesn't really matter if it comes down, a lot. It could come down to sort of 120 without me getting into problems. So there's that. It's quite a large position size, so I'm happy doing that. There are links down in the description for Stonksy. Let me just go to the Stonksy page, and I can show you what the indicator's all about. Okay, so the address for the Stonksy indicator is stonksy.io. And this is the website, and this is the indicator that we've been using all week on this channel. It consists of the oscillator down the bottom, and then the main chart that has the kind of auto support and resistance lines, which is really, really useful, and of course the red and green backgrounds as well. And the price for that is £145 a month, or you can just have this oscillator on its own if you want to do the 1 hour strategy, and that is just £44 at the moment. I believe there are some offers which are in the description down below. That in particular, there's a really good offer with the annual one that's like quite a lot off. I think it's like 30% off or something. So do go and get that. BLOFIN is the exchange that's preferred here. BLOFIN, there is amazing sign-up bonuses that you can get. So do check out that link as well. So yeah, all that. Yeah, let's just have a quick look at the chat, because I just noticed some things that are of interest. I'll just leave that there, and then let's have a look at the chat. Sell the e-gold. Yeah, well, I do want to sell it, and I want to buy something else instead. I might just sell it and buy maybe like a little basket of exchange tokens and be done with it. James saying you've got it versus Solana, bud. Change to USDT. There isn't actually a chippy versus USDT chart on TradingView, so that's all you can look at the moment, unfortunately. What do you get with your fish and chips? What do I get? To be honest, my daughter normally just has like a large portion of chips, and that's it really. And I normally have cod and chips, and that's it. I used to have curry sauce as well, but I think fish and chips is all right. Just fish and chips on its own. Bit of salt. Is that what you mean? What do you get with your fish and chips? I got 6,000 chippy last time, so that was worth, as I say, about 13 quid. SMFC, no curry sauce. I do like it actually. Now you've said it, I'll probably have that tonight. I just don't think it's very good though. It's like it's supposed to just like flour and salt and curry powder. I know it's nice though. Savage. What? Savage for not having curry sauce. I like mushy peas as well. I think mushy peas are brilliant. I love mushy. Oh yeah, you go. Mushy peas. There you go. Beat me to it, you crazy man. There you go. Anyway, I have to say I've been filling in for Dave this week, and it's been good fun actually. I've really enjoyed it. It's always nice to nice to do the Stonksy stream, because you've got like a built-in audience, and I must say the actual audience this week have been brilliant, and today in particular. I mean, thanks very much to SMFC. I guess you must have put it out on TMG's Twitter or something, because according to the live viewers on StreamYard, it says there's 1,297 people on X. There's 2 on my YouTube channel, and there's 13 here. So thank you very much for everybody. Dave will be back on Sunday night, I think around about 8 p.m, which is excellent. I'll be doing my regular stuff on my own channel, Saver Crypto. I'll be back here with Dave next Wednesday, and I'll be just popping in to the Stonksy Discord and also to the Crypto Saving Expert Discord from time to time. So yeah, thank you very much, and thanks to the Stonksy team and also people like Izza from Crypto Saving Expert for doing the thumbnails all week. And yeah, just thank you very much to everyone, and it's been great being here. And trade safe, and I think we're going up for a bit. So yeah, use the links, check out the links in the description, and yeah, see you all next Wednesday, or I'll see you later on my channel today and maybe over the weekend as well. All right, take care, everyone. Bye now.